but instead the relentless pursuit of it. The relentless pursuit of excellence through education, which matters most. For an educational system is only as good as the citizens it produces. If education does not teach us to shape the world by enunciating values, by modeling positive principles, by speaking out against bigotry and injustice, by being tolerant of diversity, by celebrating the things we have in common, and by loving our neighbors as ourselves, then we are all in prison. It is therefore incumbent upon us as educators to both develop and seek educational opportunities that liberate our minds as well as those of our students and bring us to the threshold of a new consciousness that will propel our nations on a path of prosperity, sustainability, and peace. The current world economic crisis may look bleak, and many may worry that the uncertainty about job security and the lack of money may have a debilitating impact on the quest for education, and as a result, the advancement of which I speak may be affected. I want to suggest to you, however, that the revolution which has been started in this country as a result of the wide availability of education cannot now be turned back, crisis or no crisis. This was widely manifested to the world on November 4th, 2008, by the election of President Obama as the first African-American president of the United States of America. In the educational climate of the 1960s, and obviously before, President Obama would never have reached this milestone. However, with the broadening of our minds, the development of tolerance, the celebration of our similarities, the acknowledgement of our right to have different opinions, the recognition of the unity which must exist even in our diversity, the evolution of our thinking, and the full liberation of our minds, all through education, the American people have made it possible for the election of President Obama, and I salute you. This event, more than any other event in the history of the United States of America, will for centuries speak to the liberating power of education. Ladies and gentlemen, an educated people have a responsibility, in the words of Parker Palmer, to, and as I quote, sit in the front of the bus. In other words, we cannot claim to be educated, yet be simply satisfied with what we as individuals have achieved. We must be concerned for others. We must champion the cause of others. We must give thought to those whom we should shape. In the interest of those who will follow us, we must keep advancing and we must keep on guiding their development. Throughout history, there have been many achievements, discoveries, and advances which have made possible by the pursuits in knowledge through education of those who've always believed they had a responsibility to lead. Education is dynamic, and there is no limit to the possibilities which can be achieved by exploiting it. Our responsibility, therefore, is twofold. We must ourselves be lifelong learners. We must never believe that we have reached the pinnacle of our achievements. Such a state of mind will only retard the progress of those we seek to educate. Secondly, we must always engender a thirst for education in those entrusted to our care. In this way, we keep the flame burning. In this way, we keep ourselves and those who pass through our hands on the cutting edge of advancement, whatever, in Lombardi's words, our field of endeavor. In a speech to teachers in Ohio before he ascended to the presidency, President Barack Obama said, "Our success as a nation depends on our success in education." This statement